That works. All right. Crushed it. Not as good as yours last year. You did it for us.
Oh, yeah? No. Now I don't do that kind of crap for myself anymore.
No,
I hire people to come in and do that.
By the way, this is Joseph with Constantly Calibrating with Greg Miller from Kinda Funny.
Hey!
We didn't say it last year.
You didn't say Kinda Funny last year?
We didn't say Kinda Funny last year.
Well, you couldn't say. You probably last year I was at IGN. It was a different thing.
Thank God we covered that last year. So, like,
you wanted away from me.
A little further away.
Just a little bit.
Very boisterous.
Yeah, I know.
You got the power.
One thing Constantly Calibrating Kinda Funny shares can comment, we just make shit of it as we go along, and this is just how it happens. I mean, it's not... We're professional-ish.
Yeah, you don't take this seriously. There's enough people making serious content out there. Yeah, there's enough people making serious content out there where they're like, oh, you don't want to do this, do that. And you're like, no, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. The production values don't need to be there. You got good content, you got good personalities, you're gonna be all right.
No. So, covered some stuff last year.
Yeah.
Got a little emotional last year.
I did. I remember that. I shared that video for stuff. I talked about it, and somebody popped it up in a video. I remember.
I was actually surprised you mentioned on Kinda Funny Live. I was like, I was sitting there watching, all of a sudden, and like the question was asked, I was like, oh,
that's you. I did that.
I felt it.
The first interview.
Yeah. First interview. You're actually my first interview this time around too. I mean, that was my first interview ever. First time doing a convention ever.
Yeah.
But
now you're an old pro at it.
I wish. Only other thing I've ever done since this, we went to PAX. That's about it.
Oh, nice. PAX is a good show, though.
Yeah, it didn't go as media. It's more as like trying to go buy your way in.
Oh, sure. Get there, make your connections that way.
Oh yeah, trying to visit.
Yeah.
But let's see. Again, a lot of things happened since last year. You've been busy.
Yeah, just a bit.
Extremely busy.
Yeah.
I mean, launch off Kinda Funny in January.
Yep.
Almost near my birthday. I felt special. Not really.
We thought of you when we did it. We wanted to make sure we were there for you. You'd have a special present, a whole bunch of daily videos and stuff.
I was like, they know. But not only that, I mean, you kick it off big. You're like, we did this podcast, Kevin Smith role. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a good launch.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you can get Kevin Smith the week of your first independent thing, you're pretty good.
I would say too. I mean, not only that. I mean, Kevin Smith, Gary Wood. I mean, just y'all have which last one I listened to. It's just packed into this. Not only that. I mean, who gets a Spider-Man shout out in the comics?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That, I mean, it just shows like, we take it for granted sometimes. I think the huge audience we have, right? Because you get caught up in the fact of, we're at RTX and they have every video they put up, right? It's like 500,000 views in day one or whatever. It doesn't even matter to them, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we're always like, we're still like, oh man, this video got 100,000 views. That's amazing. You know what I mean? And then, there are those things of like, well, we're not the biggest, but we don't need to be. You know what I mean? Like Colin always says, right? We exchanged the reach of IGN for the intimacy of Kinda Funny, so we could know every one of our fans. So like we just did our panel, right? And Zyger's in the audience, and Zyger's there, and Sean's there, and it's like these people are celebrities in our community, right? Absolutely. Like these are the people who stand out and do these different things, and we know them and can make jokes about them because we know them so well. And so that's the thing of then you forget though, like it goes even beyond that, in the fact that there's people out there, right, who are diehard Kinda Funny fans, enjoy all our content, but they're not there like in the chat doing this. And you pop up in Spider-Verse and you're like, holy crap, Peter Parker is wearing a Kinda Funny jacket. That's crazy.
Like someone's noticed us. It's great.
Yeah.
Get it from you. But going from there, I mean, how has things changed for you? I mean, you first went IGN to kind of take care of everything, set everything up, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're booking your own stuff, you're making your own deals.
Sure.
I understand you definitely enjoy this more because you like doing your own thing.
Yeah.
But what's the difficulty of switching over to that?
I mean, the difficulty is, it's just us. There is no HR department. There is no legal team. You know what I mean? Like, if something's wrong or something happens, it's all on us. And, before, like, if we went and did Up at Noon and the mics weren't working, well, that's my producer and tech's problems. You know what I mean? It's not now when, like, Colin and Greg Live doesn't work, it's like, well, if I don't do it, I know Colin doesn't know how to do it, and Kevin is somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, it all comes down to there's 5 of us that have to do everything, every job, and so that's me making graphics, and it's me making, like, the rudimentary graphics, like the Photoshop things that are like, hey, come find us at RTX, and it's Nick making lower thirds, and it's Nick editing shows that are really fancy, and me editing the lo-fi shows, and it's Colin being on Facebook and Twitter all day long, doing all these different things, and then doing podcasts, and Nick brokering deals and coming to us and telling us what we have to do and how this works, while hosting a podcast, while being personalities, while being the forward-facing people of this company. It's just us. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest difference, is the fact that, like, it's all on us, and we had to get used to that. I think, when we started it, there was that mentality of still having the IGN mentality of we're going to get it taken care of and it'll be great and it'll be amazing. And so, like, when Colin and Greg Live doesn't work, when the audio is bad for a podcast, like, we beat the hell out of ourselves. I still do, right? We just did the panel, and like, again, not even on me really, but like the people running it for Rooster Teeth, the audio is all screwed up for that. And it's like, that sucks, because now like I have a million tweets about the audio being bad. It's like I couldn't do anything about it on this one. Not to mention there's times on the shows when I can't do anything about it, but everybody gets it. Everybody knows it. Like right now, like for us, and it seems like with our community, it's endearing that things go wrong for us all the time. You know what I mean? Because they get it that we're 5 guys and we're not. When we're a group of 10, 15, and we have an office, then maybe I think people expect a little bit better quality. But for right now, 5 guys trying to talk about video games or Star Wars out of a spare bedroom, people are okay with it, yeah.
Not to mention the community helps with the problems.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, if they can.
But I mean, especially like community, you're definitely building something special, because I don't know if anybody else who gets compliments from people they're interviewing saying it's just the best community ever.
Yeah,
like, everybody's so nice.
Yeah, that was super exciting for us. You know what I mean? The fact of like that big GDC where we had all those developers come through, and the chat was facing them, and from Cliff Blazinski to all these indie devs we have on, everybody's like, man, your chat's super positive. And it's just like, well, yeah, we get to say no to people now. At IGN, right, you're trying to be mainstream, you're trying to be for everybody, and you're not trying to pick fights or whatever. But with us, like, we want to be this close-knit, loving community. So if somebody pops up and they're an asshole, I'm like, you're an asshole, leave. You know what I mean? And the community self-polices itself. We're like, hey, we don't want you. I'll see it in the chat sometimes when Colin and I are talking, and I'll come back, and like if somebody has popped up, they're like, this show sucks, people are always like, leave. Just go. Just stop watching. You don't have to watch this. There's a million other things to watch. And we're small enough to where that still works. You know what I mean? Which we like a lot. And we have this group that, obviously, you can see the support on Patreon. You can see the support on Twitch. Like, we have people who are behind us and willing to do whatever they can to help us.
Gotcha. Honestly, like, would you have any advice for, actually, like a group like ours? We're kind of weird. We're spaced out everywhere. We got some people in Arizona. I'm from South Carolina. We got a guy up in Boston. Grew up in Hawaii. Another guy up in South Carolina. But what do you recommend to somebody trying to start their own group, trying to get into a podcast YouTube channel?
I mean, the big thing, right, is consistency. And I know that's, tried and true, but I mean, it's true. It's cliche because it's worked so many times, right? Is the fact that, like, you need to be able to deliver to your audience this product at this time. And it's one of the big things you see with Kind of Funny, where we launched, and that first week we were like, we're going to do Colin and Greg live every day at 11 a.m., and then we're going to Twitch stream every day around 2. And, like, after that first week, we were like, well, we can't do that because we can't hit 2 o'clock. Like, we have to generate the normal content, and there's all these emails, and there's meetings, and da-da-da. It's like, we were missing so many 2 o'clocks that we didn't want to be out there promising something and totally under-delivering. So, we stick with Colin and Greg Live, where it's like, that's going to happen at 11 a.m. Don't worry about it. That's always there for you. And then our other shows are all locked into the similar thing, where it's to the point where we've never actually sat down, I think, and spelled out the fact that, Game Over, like, show breakouts hit at midnight, and you can get to 6 a.m., you get the Gamescast, and then 9 o'clock is our random stuff. And it'll come around where if a Gamescast gets screwed up or doesn't pop, people will hit us up and be like, hey, it's 6:05, where is it? You know what I mean? Like, people just know because it gets to be part of people's routines. And that's the big thing I think we as an industry, right, of content creators on the internet miss, is the fact that, yes, destination viewing is dead. No one's like, ooh, Survivor's on tonight at 8, and like, I need to hit it, and then tomorrow at 9 o'clock you could immediately start having conversations about Survivor at 9. Instead, it is that, yeah, your content's posted for whenever, but people consume it at the same time every day. You know what I mean? Like, for our UK fans, we're with their dinner. You know what I mean? Like, with how many people do I know that have talked about it on graveyard shifts, listen to our stuff? You know what I mean? Like, there's a rhythm to people's lives. So even if we post it on Monday or whatever, and somebody's not going to consume it on Saturday, if it's not there when they expect it on Saturday, that's when they hit us up and ask where it is. So it really is being there when people want to look for you. And then also, like, for us, right? Like, it's consistency and timeliness of speaking to what you want to talk about, right? Like, as soon as Batman Superman drops, like, I have to go film the video because I'm going to get 13,000 tweets about it that are like, what do you think of it? So it's like, well, I need to get that video out right now because people associate that content with me. I'm consistently talking about that.
Absolutely. So with content you're starting to produce now, like, roughly how many plans do you have right now that you're just like, we're going to do this?
Oh my God, we have so many shows up. Like, I mean, like, the big thing for us right now is when we get back, we've been putting this off for a long time too. Yeah. When we get back, we're doing an off-site meeting Thursday. That is basically what's the next, for sure 6 months, but hopefully year of Kind of Funny look like. Because we, like, it was one of those things where we're getting ready to launch the channel, we're getting ready to quit our jobs, we're getting ready to do all this stuff, and we're like, all right, here's what the plan is, here's the kind of videos we're going to make, here's what it's going to be. And, like, I remember Tim's like, let's do a, like, how we did the 100 Pence rap video when we originally rebranded It's Kind of Funny last fall. It was like, when we get out, I'll be able to do one of those every month, maybe every month, and we haven't done one. You know what I mean? Just because it's like we got out, and then you started immediately getting beat over the head with what this life really is. You know what I mean? And like how your days are really going to go. Because I remember thinking I was going to leave and I'll have time for naps.
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll read more. Like, gee, like there's just no time. Like my eyes bleed every night. Right? I'm just like I can't keep up with it. And so this meeting on Thursday really is of like. Right now we have 2 shows we know we need to do. There's the next thing. So like, how do we fit production on those shows into our current timeline and not kill ourselves? Because you figure it's one of those things where, you know, Mondays, every day the morning's taken up by Colin and Greg Live. That ends Mondays. You know, we use like one room, right? So that ends. You have to flip that entire room around for green screen. Let's plays on Monday. Tuesday we do both podcasts. Wednesday it should be technically. That's when it's free, but there's inevitably something else we have to do. We've been traveling all summer, so there's nothing going. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like I've seen how many panels you've been hosting. How many conventions you have been like in everything this year.
Yeah, right now this is ending with a stretch of 4 conventions in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had one that was back to back to back, where it was like you came home Sunday night, unpacked your stuff, put it in the wash, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was non-stop content creation, and then Thursday you left to go to again, and you just repeated the cycle over and over again. And so that was the whole thing of like we were like, let's put it all on hold. Like these 2 shows we want to do, one's super pressing, and it's like we can't even fathom doing that. And now it's getting back, and I think really for us, I think you're going to see us take our foot off the accelerator in terms of travel. Like we've actually started. I know it's crazy if you're a fan, turning down conventions. You know what I mean? Like somebody wanted us to send us to Scotland, and it was like, dude, that is an awesome opportunity, but we can't. You know what I mean? Like if we want to be making the content we want to make, we actually have to start being pickier. You know what I mean? Like that sounds so douchebaggy, but like it is one of those things of like we've learned a lot. You know what I mean? Like another great example is like today was probably the last time you'll see a Colin and Greg live at a convention, because at the beginning of in May we went and did MomoCon. And that was the first time we did Colin and Greg live at a convention. We did 2 in a row, and they were disasters. Because it's like, it's so hard. I don't. Do you guys live stream?
We try to. We're getting to the point where we actually have a, twitch.tv/ColinColinPod. We got her.
Follow.
Do it.
Yeah.
We actually do our Tuesday show every day at 9 p.m.
Constantly calibrating.
Constantly calibrating. Well, it is constantly calibrating. Sorry. YouTube.com/ColinColinPod.
Yeah.
Is where you can actually find our upload of it. But twitch.tv/constantlycalibrating is where you can find a live stream, interact with us.
So you know that it doesn't even matter. The smallest thing will throw that entire thing into disarray and destroy your life. So like, we went and did MomoCon, we're like, yeah, we'll do Colin Live. It was Thursday and Friday. We'll do them both days. And both days were just utterly disastrous, horrible audio. We're behind schedule. We're not getting the graphics the way we want them, da-da-da-da-da. And it was like, we finished those and we did like our, over beers that Sunday night, like, all right, so how did the show go? And it was like, that was horrible. Let's not do that again. That's not the product we want to deliver. That's not the thing we want to do, da-da-da. And then today you saw it again, where it was like, I figured out everything that could have gone right for us on my side went right. I had the graphics, I had the sound, I had everything I wanted. And then on the other tech side is where it went down. It's because it's not our tech. We're not the ones doing it. They were running it on their thing. Not to say that they're bad or anything, you know what I mean? But like,
we love your
this isn't easy. This shit isn't easy. And so to sit there and do it, it's just like, we don't want that headache, you know what I mean? At PAX right now, I think we're talking about doing Colin and Greg Live on Friday off-site through another group that streams all the time. So it's like, we'll also get there and test it and know how to do it. Whereas today was like, we're here, let's go. Everything's wrong. Okay, great. Yeah, I got to.
You can only test it up so much, and you get like, this is how it should work. It's set up right.
Yeah.
But then when you start rolling, you realize it's not quite.
This isn't how. Yeah, it's a disaster, and so it's a pain in the butt. So yeah, it's one of those of like, I think we're actually, we left full accelerator down. We wanted to be everywhere. I wanted people to know we're alive, that we're synonymous, and we're still this thing. Because that was our biggest fears, that we would leave, and like, I thought that we would leave, and I guess I should say I thought that we would leave, and my own social following, Twitters and followers and all that stuff, would start shrinking. I thought that I would fade away a bit more, you know what I mean? Rather than, in reality, it's been the opposite, where I think I'm growing faster than I was at IGN. Or at least getting a kick in the butt, because I'd grown so much at IGN. And so, now that we know, people know us, you know what I mean? Now that people actually know what kind of funny is, I think we can take a step back and actually make content and worry about that.
Like I kind of say, and this is a truth moment. Back when we interviewed, like, I knew who Greg Miller was.
Yeah.
I knew of Greg Miller. But I didn't know Greg Miller, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then, like, after our interview, I mean, I'm not going to lie, you're a big inspiration to myself. So, I just started consuming everything you've been doing, and I was there since then. I actually caught up with Game Over Greg, so that's what I do at work now. Like, I actually download the old episodes and try to catch up.
Yeah.
But, and I'm listening to new ones when they come out.
Yeah.
Patreon. visit as well for Kind of Funny.
Patreon.com/kindoffunny or Kind of Funny Games. We got 2. Why? Don't worry about it. Just go support them both.
And it's just like, it's not just me. Everybody's just gravitating towards you now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We were lucky enough that everybody gets it. You know what I mean? When we left, that was a big fear of like, well, I know this publisher or developer, whoever understands, but will everyone understand? Like, and then everybody's come out of the woodwork to be like, oh, we want to work with you. We get what you're doing. We just had the Mega Man live stream where Capcom came in and let Colin show some of the trophies and do all this different stuff because he's the Mega Man guy. I can tease this. By the end of the month, you'll know what I'm teasing right now. We're working on something big as an exclusive right now. It'll probably be our biggest video game exclusive of all time. And it's of all time. We've been going since January. But you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things of like, this is an opportunity I never thought we would have gotten. Well, if you would have talked to me in December, I was like, well, those are the kind of opportunities that go away when we leave. But now it's actually, real and it's ours and people understand what we are. You know what I mean? That's exciting.
But, even with that, seen Colin just interview Giga.
Yeah.
What was that, an 8-hour stream?
Yeah, no, that was the whole thing that was mind-boggling. Yeah, when he's like, hey, this is happening. Giga's launching this Kickstarter, and they're going to come from Japan to the house. And then I'm like, okay. And like, then, you jump ahead, a month later, and Giga's eating a burrito at my kitchen table, and you're just like, this is weird. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going. I forget what trip I had that day or whatever, and so I was like, Colin, you got to host a stream. Like, obviously you would in general, but in typical fashion, right? Like, I'm the host, I'm the guy, like, and Colin's the wingman, right? Yeah. And so, like, to see him jump out and fly that way, it was like awesome. You know what I mean?
Great to see from like Colin, Tim, Nick, like. Every single one of them kind of has theirs thing now that they are like launching, which I'm happy to see.
Right.
It's great to watch, which I guess they really couldn't do back when there was at IGN.
Yeah, right, because that was the thing at IGN, right? Like, that, and that's what's always fun to go to these conventions with. And now it's getting to be second nature because we've done so many. But like this first part of the year with these conventions, like that was really Nick and Tim's first time being like personality stuff. Yeah. They've been to PAXs, they've been to RTX, but usually they're here as the camera guy or the producer or yeah, exactly. They're not in front of the camera to see that different response. Not to mention like now people know who they are, right? The best is when we're walking. Like, we just happened on the way here, we're walking through the street, and somebody spotted them before me. And, like, ran over, and they're talking to Tim, da-da-da-da, and, like, they're into this thing, and Tim's like, oh, and that's Greg. And they're like, oh, hey, oh, you know what I mean? Like, they were so hung up on knowing Tim because he wants to fuck Disney princesses. And I was like, great. You're known for something on the internet, Tim. Good.
And that's the thing. That and goats.
Yep. Like, I'm surprised the goat ones didn't stick around more. In the beginning of the day, that was like the beginning of the show, right? That was a huge thing. Yeah. The whole "would you fuck a goat" thing, and like that one's kind of faded away over time.
Which is weird. Like, I'm actually listening to podcasts. I'm to the point where you got the inflatable goat.
Yeah.
Is that still around?
No. It was in the closet for a long time, but like again, it was one of those things where like now once the business overtook that room and like that became all storage for both the prize closet and then all the equipment, like sacrifices were made, and the goat who hadn't been shown in a while was shoved in there, and I think he popped.
I was about to say, only if you survived, you could have been in the prize box.
Yeah, exactly. If only we would have known what we were driving at.
All right. But I know you got a lot of more stuff to do. I think everybody does. As much as I'd love to sit here and talk to you all day, man.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Dude, thank you. Congratulations that you're still around and still doing it. You got t-shirts. You're great. Like, I know it's a hard road to hoe. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough to do all this stuff. And that's like, it's funny too because like, for us, like, we're cheaters, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're so successful on YouTube and Twitch because we were already known at this giant site and then went and did our own thing. Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, I totally get, like, the when I talk to people now and, like, what you guys are doing, it's very much what I was doing before I got to IGN, where I was, like, doing the column, the blog, like, trying to show up on podcasts, trying to just get those opportunities. So, like, I know how tough this is, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I'm just hitting the rough part, too. Hitting a new job, like, and this job has worked me to the point, like, I worked 48 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then came straight here.
Jeez, yeah.
Man, it's busy. But and sadly, I had to take like a seat back because I used to be like one of the main editors for Let's Plays and all that. Sadly, that content has to take a seat back. But we're still trying to get a new thing for it now. But yeah, it's insane. Hopefully, get to the point now where it's like, hey, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Don't have to do the other thing to support myself.
Yeah.
But we all work for that. But I guess that's all we got. We got through all the websites, Twitch and all that.
Just go to kindoffunny.com. KINDA funny.com. You go there, you get our Twitch, you got both YouTube channels, you get our Twitters. For some reason, when Nick made the site, he put up a fake quote from Obama. We've never taken it down, so if you see it, go ahead. I hate it, but it's there.
Tweet it out. Slim, no, you've seen it.
Yeah. Go ahead. President's on Twitter now. You can totally tweet at him.
He'll appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I think so.
Okay. And of course, I mean, you're probably watching this on youtube.com/ColinCalPod, but also check out our website, constantlycalibrating.com, where you get more articles. Not to mention, everything we do there is going to be linked there. That's like our central hub.
That's a good thing. That's like me. Yeah, you gotta have the central hub.
Gotcha. But thank you again so much, Greg.
Dude, thank you.
Oh, thank you. We can go back and forth with this.
No, we're done. Now we're done.
And this is Justin signing off at RTX 2015.